Hi, this is Dan Lietha, cartoonist and illustrator, and I am going to talk to you right now about a caricature that I recently did. And I'm wearing this hat for a good reason because I have to kind of explain myself. I did a caricature of Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers just within the last few days. And so this video is going to be a step-by-step walking through the process that I did in making that caricature. A lot of people liked it, and so I thought, well, I'll share how I made that. And so, but I have to say that, you know, I'm a Vikings fan, and this caricature was made just out of something fun to do. I saw a picture of Aaron Rodgers that I thought, hey, that would make a great caricature. And so I hadn't done a caricature for a while, one that I had a lot of fun with. And so it's good to kind of keep the creative juices going by doing little exercises like that. And so I thought, well, I'll draw one day, and then maybe I'll see how that goes. So I did that. And I'm going to walk you through this process. It was over a few days. And so we're going to walk through that real quick here. And so what I'm going to do here is show you my other screen. So we're in Photoshop, and just to kind of save my Vikings fandom and you Vikings fans that I know and love, that was a caricature I did of Chris Carter a number of years ago, and I had a lot of fun with this one too. So again, it's just a matter more of me finding a picture that I liked, and so that's that caricature. Now, the caricature that I want to show you the final result, so you can see where we're headed. All right, so that's what we're ending up with. But I didn't have that in mind when I was, you know, looking for my photos. This is the photo that I found, and I thought, ooh, that one's got, I don't know, there was just something, the angle of his face and the expression, and it was very clear. If you're going to hire someone to draw a caricature, you're going to give them reference photos. Make sure they're nice and clear. You can actually see the guy or the lady or whatever. And because I've done that before, where people give me reference photos for somebody, and you can't, I've never seen this person before, but people somehow think that because you're an artist and you've done this before and you draw faces, you can kind of magically make these things happen. Well, if I haven't seen the person, I don't know what I'm shooting for. So, but this is a very, very clear picture. And so this is the one that I just started. I had a few minutes one night at the end of the day. And so I just started kind of sketching. And I'm not going to show you so much drawing in this video, but I'm going to show you some of the layers of sketch development that I did. And so this is the first one. And you think, well, it's kind of in the ballpark. I'm getting a feel for the basic structure of his face, and I'm looking for elements to try to, you know, key in on and emphasize. People like to say you always exaggerate. Well, there's some exaggeration too, but you want to kind of make this look like that person, and you got to figure out how the pieces and parts of this person's face make them look like them. And so that's really part of the key of doing caricatures. And so so that was my first sketch. And then over the top of that one, then I did this. And so I'm going to make that bottom part kind of fade away. So my first sketch led to this one, and I thought, well, it's getting kind of close. I'm starting to feel it a little bit, getting into the caricature mood type of thing. And so then with this one, I thought, okay, that one I think has enough details on it that I can fade this one back. And so my next step then was to fade this one back, and then I did some inking over the top of this one. And so then this is what I came up with. All right, so that was the next step. I just did that drawing on top of the one that you just saw. And so I was really feeling good about it. I loved all the detail, and the whiskers for the beard and all that sort of stuff was just fun to do. And so I put my name on it and took a screenshot of it, and I posted it to Facebook. And I thought, well, that was fun. And I thought it looked like them. And then that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. And in fact, sometimes when you're kind of not in the caricature mode, you haven't been there for a while, these types of drawings can be fun to do, but you should probably step away from it for a little bit, take a breather, and then a little while later come back and look at it with more fresh eyes. My eyes had been looking at this picture and this caricature, and I was really kind of into it. And so I had posted it to Facebook, and then a little while later I came back and I went, oh, I spotted some things that I didn't like. And I should have done that and corrected it and then posted a better version of it. But I didn't do that. And I just kind of impulsively, it was a lot of fun. So I put it out on Facebook. Well, instantly when I came back, I saw, oh, there's something wrong here. And I made a correction that I think helped it a lot. But I was really embarrassed that I don't like this version at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the new version over the top, and you're going to see what I did. I didn't do much to the upper part of the caricature, but see the nose and the upper lip. There's hardly any distance there between those two. And I looked at the picture of Aaron Rodgers, and I thought that doesn't represent him right. Some people you can do that and kind of minimize that section. I didn't think that was helpful to his look. The eyes looked okay, but the bottom part of the caricature didn't work. And so in Photoshop I just made a copy and then lowered that section of his face, and I thought, okay, that really helps. And so that was the end of that night. I posted that version of it and I went to bed, and that was that. Well, I woke up the next morning and I thought, well, okay, that was kind of there, but it was fun. But I still didn't have the fun of really kind of going to town on someone's face as far as a caricature. And I'm not talking about insulting, or I'm not talking about, really just distorting for. I wanted to have a fun caricature, something that's sort of extreme, but not so much, but still has the look. And so this one was sort of a quasi-portrait type of thing. It wasn't too caricature-ish yet. And sometimes that's what the customer wants, and that's fine. But I was wanting to take it further. And so the next day, then I just started. I was more loose, and I had been drawing more that day. And so this is the sketch that I started out with. I looked at it with new eyes. Sometimes your brain does a lot of work when you're resting, and it figures things out while you're not even thinking about something. And then you come back to it and you go, oh, okay, I see things more clear. So that's another tip for artists too, is sometimes you need to step away and then come back with those fresher eyes, more educated eyes. So here's the sketch that I did. I thought, okay, this is heading in a direction that I'm liking. This is starting to be fun. So again, with this rough sketch, then I knocked it back as far as opacity goes. And so I put it to a level where I could still see what was there, but something I could draw over the top. And I added another layer, and then I did this one. And I thought, okay, now this is getting to be in the direction of the fun that I was wanting. But I thought, I'm not going to post this one right away. I'm going to step away from it, and I'm going to come back and I'll take a look at it again. Well, I did that, and I actually spotted something again. And here's something that I think as caricature artists, we each have our little weaknesses and little tendencies. Okay. And so on this one, I did that tendency and I spotted it later on. The thing that I didn't like about this version, or the little flaw that I thought could be remedied, is that I thought as we're looking at it, the right side of the face that I've drawn here didn't have enough room on it. The eye and the nose are too close to each other, and I thought there should be more room, because it's not a straight on view. It's more of his head's turned just a little bit, and so you see the side of his faces, or the side of his face on one side more than you do the other. And so again, what I did was I did the same thing. I made a copy, and then I moved part of that out, and you can see how I've the left side is the same. It's just that right side that is is bumped out a little bit. And so I just boosted it out just that little bit. And I thought, okay, that really, really helps. And so then I thought, well, maybe I'll just leave it there. But then I thought, well, I like this one enough. I'm going to color it. So I colored it. And let's see. So I put some color on it, and that was a lot of fun. And then I posted this. And I thought this will probably be as far as I go on this caricature. That was a lot of fun. That's got the attitude and the looseness to it. It's more of a caricature than the other one was, the other version that I did the previous day. And so I thought this was going to be it. Well, a friend of mine that's a Green Bay Packer fan was really impressed by it. And he made a comment, something about, wow, I hope Aaron Rodgers can see this caricature. Well, I doubt that Aaron Rodgers is ever going to see this thing, but the way that he liked that caricature enough that he was, really excited about it, that I thought, I should take this and just kind of finish it off and add some body to it, actual body to it. And so I opened up a different file. I took that head that I had just made, and then I went and found some reference for the body. And let's see if I can find that layer on here. Yeah, here it is. So I found a picture of Aaron Rodgers actually playing football. So I thought, this is the body I'm going to add onto the head. In a lot of caricatures, they have the large head because that's the part you want to look at. And then the body is not the important part. And so they make it a little smaller. And so I started drawing, and I exaggerated the body just a little bit, not as much as the head. So the body's actually closer to what the real body is. I made the shoulders broader because quarterback shoulder pads are kind of small. And so with the smaller body, I thought, well, you got to actually emphasize that there are shoulder pads here. So I made the shoulder pads, and then I made his hands and the football probably a little bit bigger too, just to kind of emphasize them and give it a little more of a cartoon feel, caricature feel. So that's the sketch that I did for the body, and then I inked over the top of that. So let me see if I can find my ink layer here. Here we go. So that's the inks. I'll shut off the sketch layer. As an artist, I always love seeing the behind the scenes type stuff. So I hope you guys are liking this too. So there's the inks without the sketch underneath them. And then I just started coloring, made a layer for color. And so not that layer right yet. That's this one right here. So again, I'm trying to stay pretty faithful to what the reference is showing me, making my little cartoon changes here and there. And so that's pretty much in the ballpark. Then I added some definition for some of the wrinkles on the side of his jersey. And then, and then we got the shoulder pads or the numbers, and then the, let's see, the number under the football right there. So that's looking pretty close. My next step then was to add more of a graphic. Now this picture of him doesn't have his lower body, and I thought, well, that's okay. I'll just put a shape behind him. And so I fiddled around with a number of color options and stuff, and I thought, let's stay with green. That really makes the yellow pop out, that gold color pop out, and the white pop out too. So I went with that, but then I thought, something else could be added to make him pop out a little bit more. And so I added some rim light. And so that light edge on them helped push him out too some more. So and then I added a couple wiggle lines for good measure. And that's and then the last thing was I thought, well, I'll put his name on there too. So I just kind of put that into Photoshop and wrapped it around the bottom of the edge there. So that's the Aaron Rodgers caricature, and maybe we can kind of take a look at it. I had a lot of fun. Oh, I put a layer of hair detail on top there too after I had finished all the inking. So that was like an extra bonus part. But yeah, that's just shading and highlights and a lot of fun inking. And I don't know if you noticed this too, but I changed the black ink to not black. So the areas where he's got flesh tone, I used a brown line instead of the black. And then I left the eyes area. There's some more black there, so that's something that is emphasized. But even down in the jersey part, when I colored the lines there, I made a dark green for those lines, and then there's a dark brown over here for the flesh tone. So that's just another little touch that I think gave it a different look. So that's the story behind the Aaron Rodgers caricature. So I hope you find that enlightening, and you know, give me some likes and subscribe if this is the kind of videos that you like, and I'll make some more of these in the future. And I had a lot of fun doing this this caricature. And let's get back to this screen. There we go. So thanks for watching, and watch for more of my videos in the future. See ya.